Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I want to go over the solar eclipse and new moon energy for October 9th, or not October, excuse me, April 19th and 20th. And this is a pre-record. I not going to be going live too often. I had every intention of going live for this one, but I am dealing with a sick cat and I don't know what's getting ready to happen. So I figured I'd pre-record this just in case I have to deal with something. So it is what it is. But it is officially eclipse season, and this solar eclipse is on April 19th, 2023. Is in Aries, and it begins at about 7:34 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. There's also a new moon. Now, I've put Taurus/Aries because it's only in Aries for 15 minutes. Now, it goes into a new moon at 9, excuse me. It goes into a new moon at 9:13 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time on the 19th. For those across the pond and over in Europe, it'll be on the 20th. But it doesn't slip into Taurus until about 9:30 p.m. So there is that 15 minutes that it is in Aries. And there's a lot of astrologers who say technically this is a new moon in Aries. And in some ways I would agree with them. But the solar eclipse is at its weakest at 29 degrees. I'll explain a little more. So that's why I put it with two energies, because it's taking on two energies. And it's also a very rare one. This is a rare eclipse. This solar eclipse sits on the cusp of Aries at 29 degrees. And it's not going to be visible in the USA. Usually, solar eclipses and new moons directly coincide with one another, taking on double the energy of that sign. Now, this is where Taurus steps in, creating a dual energy between Mars and Venus. And rare events create rare scenarios. So expect something eventful and even warlike to occur. You'll watch the headlines and you'll see what I mean. Since this is taking on Aries energy, the solar eclipse, wars, violence, protests, and riots are possible. Now we have 15 minutes where it is in an Aries moon, but it's operating on not as strong. Plus, we also have a natal universal dragon's head sitting in Taurus. And with that being said, expect money issues too, because it's in Taurus. Now, please note, this solar eclipse is most unusual because it is considered a very rare hybrid eclipse. It's called the hybrid eclipse because the Earth's surface is curved, and sometimes an eclipse can shift between annular and total as the moon's shadow moves across the globe. This is where it changes its appearance as the moon's shadow moves across the Earth's surface. So this is called a hybrid eclipse. So expect some interesting events to occur. Now the new moon is I put Aries Taurus on this rare solar eclipse, is a direct message from the universe stating to prepare for radical life-changing events. And I'm not here to scare anyone, but this is where we all begin to feel a little uncomfortable with the way the world is heading. Excuse me. Pluto in Aquarius these next few months is a precursor to what's ahead. War is very possible, either globally, civil, and could be full blown by October of this year. I'm not going to take nuclear threats off the table either. Let's hope not. But if you've seen the news, those are little omens telling you. North Korea is doing maneuvers. They're freaking out the northern part of Japan with it. That could be an omen of things to come. Now, on a more positive aspect of things, the Taurus Aries new moon, which is ruled by Venus, but there's those undertones of Mars as well. The goddess of love, diplomacy, romance, beauty, and finances is in control these next few weeks and even months due to the dragon's head in Taurus. Now, this is a time for beauty, love, the arts, money matters, accumulating more wealth, and improving one's self esteem. All things dealing with finances, banking, industry, beauty, aesthetics, luxury items, and exquisite food and drink are what this moon is going to be all about. Now, let's not forget, it does have an Aries undertones as well. So there, those undertones will be action. And with Mercury being retrograde, our tone might be a little abrasive. I'm already feeling the solar energy. Okay. I'm already feeling this eclipse energy, and a lot of people out there are. Um, it is a beautiful energy, though. I mean, these next couple of days, 19th, 20th, they're going to be, yeah, there'll be turmoil in the news, but on a personal level, it'll be a time to get out there and enjoy life a little bit. The moon is waxing now, and it is a go for all sound investments, signing contracts, furthering one's finances, and pursuing love. Your security will be the focus, and so should your appearance. This is the perfect time to go out and buy some new clothes, get spruced up at the salon. This is also where, if you do fillers or Botox, absolutely blessed right now. Adding things to the body in a waxing moon is always blessed under universal laws. And artistic endeavors are blessed too. So, any kind of purchasing of art, taking art classes, things like that. Any artistic endeavor will be totally blessed. The only negative side to this energy is that some souls will become kind of shopaholics and overspend. So be wise with your money, but also enjoy it too. Now, this new moon will directly affect and make Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgos the most magnetic. However, Scorpio Sun, Taurus Moon, Rising, and Dragon's Head and Tail in Taurus feel this too. Some earth signs experience better days ahead for the spring season. And for you earth signs, it will be, if you give me 1 second, I wrote this down on some notes. Wait. May 16th, Jupiter enters Taurus. So there's some good things to look forward to for many of us, but the earth signs especially. All right, where was I? Now, spring fever is in the air, and many of us are feeling very active with this solar eclipse Aries energy and the new moon energy. A lot of us are very antsy and busy. I've tried to stay busy myself, but you need to get out into the world and explore. Find aesthetic beauty in nature, whether the forest, the ocean, or the lake. Anywhere in nature will do. This is a good time to get out there, and don't go to, stay away from crowded, cluttered places. Nature. Taurus is an earth sign, so it needs nature. It balances with nature. Now, many of us are going to feel like being in the spotlight, but it is wise to lay low to avoid the jealous platonic souls who want to destroy your character. You could just go to Witch Talk and you could see what I mean. Invest your time with souls who are true to you and themselves, and in the end, you will achieve the status you want without any negative Nellies, even realizing that you are way ahead of this game. Now, as a friendly reminder, the planet Uranus, which represents the sudden release of energy, earthquakes, earth changes, shocking changes, revolution, invention, and innovation, has transited into solid, steady, and strong earth ruling Taurus since 2019. Uranus is dancing with Taurus from March 6, 2019 until July 7th, 2025. Expect the unexpected, and shocking things will happen, both good and bad. Taurus and Uranus is slow and steady, and we have a few more years uh, to find out what curveballs this planet is going to throw at us. However, I can assure you that they will entail earth changes relating to volcanoes, earthquakes, tsunamis, and this also represents financial changes that are on the horizon. Dramatic changes are coming in the financial institutions and even shocking earthquakes well above 6.0. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Taurus is slow to act, but we have 2 more years of it in Uranus and 3 more months of the dragon's head in Taurus, creating major natural disasters, more earth changes, and even chain reaction events. Remember, we may be heading into an Aries dragon energy come July of this year, but Taurus is a slow moving sign. Taurus takes its sweet ass time. Nobody rushes a Taurus. Okay. And it will do all of its havoc in those last 4 months of its reign. So, March, April, May, June, part of July. All right, where was I? Earth changes are imminent, especially in May with all these placements, and there's other factors that come into it. I'm probably going to do another small video for you after this one, a pre-record, and I'll try and go live on Friday, but we'll see. Now, I foresee a death of some sort regarding the economy, our dollar, banking, and in some global currencies disappearing. That could be ours as well. Eclipses, both solar and lunar, are about a death and a rebirth in the hypothetical. The solar represents the outwardness and expression or appearance of a soul, could even represent a country or a region. Solar eclipses are more positive and focus on the outer expression, as to where lunar eclipses are about inner turmoil and dealing with the emotional side of life and deeper personal issues. So just remember that when you're trying to decipher between solar and lunar. All right, my magical folk. This new moon solar energy is in an Aries Taurus aspect. So any spell work to take action on something, on a new career or business endeavor, or to add energy to any investment will be good. Any ritual work for love, romance, finding a lover, self-care, beauty, real estate, and material gains will be blessed now. This is the perfect time to pull out the Rose of Jericho and do some money and abundance magic using the power of Venus. Okay. Now, these next few weeks will be filled with energies of Mars and Venus. I'm hoping that with this eclipse being at a weaker degree, that the Aries Mars energy won't be as intense. Keyword, I'm hoping. Okay. However, pay close attention to the events that happen between April 17th and April 21st. Okay. This is 3 days before and 3 days after the eclipse. If you have a birthday, before I go on, because I didn't put this in the newsletter, if you have a birthday around these dates, significant and progressive changes are ahead for you. Okay. And this is on the cusp. So this can pertain to an April born Aries, or this can pertain to an April born Taurus. Either way, if you have a birthday between the 17th and the 21st, there's going to, I really apologize for the loud there's so many loud people in the living room right now. This is really going to pertain to you. You guys will see significant changes in the year ahead, next 18 months or so. This is also, and when I say omen, there could be good omens too, as this will be an omen or a precursor to things that come when the dragon's axis moves in July into an Aries Libra. So do take note of what happens during this time. And remember, this is a hybrid eclipse, and a very rare eclipse will promote very interesting events. So be prepared. I reiterate this over and over again because I've learned that the human attention span lasts between 5 seconds and 7 seconds. So I reiterate it so it kind of stays with you. Now, the new moon energy in Taurus will be felt in a very Venetian way. Many of us will feel hedonistic, indulgent, and focused on aesthetic beauty. What I didn't add into this is there will be that competitive side that comes out of a lot of us, and that has to do with the solar eclipse energy in Aries. Aries is competitive, so this is why I say lay low, fly under the radar, get all your business done without having to deal with the idiots. This is also a very romantic moon with a Mercury in RX, though. Mercury is in Taurus, so old love affairs can rekindle. They were happy memories. By all means, proceed with caution. Be aware, but do enjoy the Taurus energies and pamper yourself just a little. Now, this is eclipse season, and like I said, Mercury RX in Taurus will bring up money matters, and sometimes the past comes back into our lives. If those experiences were positive, then go ahead and enjoy. But do not indulge in negative experiences of your past. Proceed into the future. Now, you could use the days of caution these next few weeks to maneuver around the eclipse energy. Go ahead to Patreon on myastrologywitch.com. My newsletter comes out tomorrow morning, and you could join for $5 and know the days of caution at least 4 months in advance if you're in the mother tier. Do get out and enjoy the spring sunshine, though. Like I said, my Patreons know the red and green lights, so they can maneuver around those days of caution and lead productive and happy lives. And with all the terrible things happening in the world, stick to things involving, like I said once before, nature, the great outdoors, and less congested and crowded places. You're going to want to pamper, you're going to want to rest, and you're going to want to rejuvenate. For we will all need our strength, our composure, and our compassion come the month of May. With the lunar eclipse on May 5th, 2023 in Scorpio, prepare for the worst, but hope for the best, because this is going to be a very dark full moon. And it's a lunar eclipse. So, I'm going to make another video about something, but I'm going to say this, and I'm going to reiterate it in another video. If I have time tonight, I'll make that video. The reason I haven't been doing the Financial Friday, last Friday it was Good Friday, the Friday after that, I just didn't feel like doing it because there's nothing positive to say. And I don't really like to go on and leave negative. I just don't like to leave you your weekend starting with negative shit. Pardon my French, but I'll try and get on here and do a Financial Friday because I do have some interesting things to share with you. But here's what I'm getting ready to say. And this is not me trying to scare you. I'm not trying to fearmonger. Maybe one of the reasons I haven't been on here live lately is because besides dealing with my pets, I'm having some major, call them visions. You can call them prophetic dreams. When I first had them, I let it just chalked it off to having a dream. But when you continue to have the same reoccurring dream over and over and over and over again, There's something to it. That's all I can say. And then you look at the stars and you kind of just sit there and go, you know, what do you do? What do you say? So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to back it up with science because I have some scientific articles I'm going to share with you before I say this. But if you live on the West Coast, I don't care if you live in San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Eugene, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington. I don't care where you live. But if you live on that West Coast, the week of May 11th, I'm going to say May 11th through the 17th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1 week. I'm giving a full week. I personally think that the shit's going to hit the fan the 11th, the 12th, or the 13th. But I'm also giving it through the 17th because it is a Uranic week. And Nostradamus in one of his quatrains warned us all about this date. Now, with that being said, there's a multitude of things that could happen on the West Coast. This could be nuclear as well, with Kim Jong-un testing, and he's got rockets that can reach mainland USA. But this can be a tsunami. This could be an earthquake over 6.0. I'm going to talk more about this in another video, and I'm going to back it up with a couple of scientific articles that should disturb you. Now, I hope I'm dead effing wrong, okay? Because this is not what I want. This is my home. I grew up in the central coast of California. This is my home. I have friends and family that live there. So, if you happen to be on the West Coast, be prepared. If you could get out of town for a week, I would take that week to go inland, okay? At least 100 miles away from the ocean. That's what I'm saying to you. Hate to be Debbie Downer, but knowledge is power, and when you have the knowledge, you can do something about it. One of the main reasons I left California was for this particular date. So, be safe. You all have a blessed solar eclipse and a new moon to all of you. And I will get back on here in a couple of hours and do another video. It'll be a pre-record, and I will show you scientific evidence of what they've discovered in the Pacific Ocean that they can't do anything about because it's too deep. They're not reporting on it either on the news. So anyway, have a blessed solar eclipse, you guys. I will come back. I'm not going to leave you hanging. I promise. I will come back in 2 hours with another pre-record with the articles I have to back up my scientific evidence. So, blessed new moon, blessed solar eclipse, and I will see you soon. Ciao.